Assalamu alaikum. So today's video is going to be about the application system for the dental group or the dental students. So what I will be doing in this video is, record the screen while I walk through the procedure and show you the steps on filling out the application. And I'll show you on some things that what I filled out and some portions of the application that I personally will not show you because I have my personal information there. But at least you will have a general idea on what it looks like. And generally this whole process, the whole point of this video is to ease you into the transition now the application is soon coming up. So then you'll at least have an idea of what to expect and how to do it. So, alright, let's begin. This is what the website looks like, and this is what it looks like. And I will post a link below so you can access it from the video. And I will put my username in, and then we'll begin soon. So this is what it looks like when you log in. This is the whole application system. Here's the notifications when you get certain notifications, like if your teacher, professor uploaded their letter of recommendation you asked them, etc., 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 and all kinds of notifications. If your transcripts have been uploaded, all things. So we're going to start with personal information, and some things I'm not going to show you because, as I said, there's personal information on there, which I don't think you need to know about me, but yeah. That's not necessary, but you will see things that I will share with you so you get a general idea of how the application is supposed to work. So I'll click on this. So release statements. This is essentially just statements and agree. You're agreeing to allow them to send your information to schools. So just yes, and then have you understand their policies. Yes, yes, yes. So very simple. And now, biographic information, that's just your name, your full name, and then they ask you what country were you born, or where were you born, and what year were you born, small things. Contact information, that's how do they contact you. Citizen information, where are you a citizen, and where do you own citizen, so in other countries. Environmental factor, that's where did you grow up, what money do your parents earn, or how much income does your household have. So these are personal things they'll ask you, about you, but they're not that hard at all. Very simple. And parent and guardian, who are your parents or guardian who are raising you, information about them, how to reach race or ethnicity, whatever, what race or ethnicity. I'm going to click on other information because there's also information in there that could be beneficial to you. So I'm going to start off that. You can take a look at what I wrote because they asked you to write some supplemental things, but they're like mini essays, but I don't know if they contribute or not to your application, but I'll give you a general idea what I wrote so you have an idea. So above they told you to put your DENTPIN, but I'm like I said, I'm below that part, so you're not supposed to share your DENTPIN with people, but at least you'll know what I'm this part. So they ask you what's your first language, and then you put that, and then what other languages you speak. So mine is Urdu language, Arabic, Spanish, Hindi, Punjabi, and then English obviously, and then what levels are you? Are you beginner, beginner? So this is very helpful if you speak multiple languages. It improves your chances of being involved in the field of dentistry because they want people who are very culturally aware of other patients. So they really like that. So if you speak multiple languages, it's really great. And then your military status, if your past crime offenses, have you applied currently to other professional schools like medical school, pharmacy school? If you have, this can hinder your process in getting accepted to dental school because they strongly advise that you don't do that because then you come off as confused, and they want people who are very focused on dental school. They want people who are focused, but then you come off as confused because they're like, if you're focused, then why are you applying to medical school? So it really doesn't look in your favor, and it doesn't look good. But yeah, and so do you have any chances of lying? Is it better if you lie? I don't know about lying because some schools could still find out if you do apply simultaneously to the med school program. So I'd say not risk it. So definitely be fully % sure that this is what you want to do. If you do apply at a separate times, like you applied med school last year and then this year you applied dental school, you have to try to explain to them why you decided to switch, careers. And definitely, if you do reapply, like if you applied last year and you didn't get in, but you're reapplying this, it definitely improves your chances because it shows you're determined and you're focused, and they like that. And then COVID happened. So the year 2021 is when I applied, and they ask you how's it affected you. So you can see this, and this is my response. and you can pause the video and then you can get a general idea of what I wrote. Right? Can we move this up here? Okay, now has your education ever been affected, or besides COVID, or for any other reasons? And then I said yes, and then I'm gonna bring this up, and you can see and pause what I wrote. Okay, have you ever, military service, these, and have you applied before? So that's another thing. Here's another one. Here's another small supplemental essay. Give an example. You have manual dexterity. So, and then I wrote this. You can pause and see what I wrote. So now schools read all this. They read everything you put here. So it's very vital that you make sure you write with caution and care, because they want to know, they want to see who you are, and this is your chance to really diversify yourself and make yourself look unique. So now that this part's done, we're going to go to the other part of the application. So that was all personal information. Now we go to academic history. So this part is not that difficult, don't worry. So this will ask you, what high school did you attend? This is my high school. All the college and university you attended. And I put this. Then this is the part when they ask you for your transcripts. And then from here you order what transcripts you order it. And then you add it, etc. After you add your college, then from here I think you order the transcripts from here, and then they have certain websites which they list, and then you go through there. Now you could also do this. I personally did this because I wanted to save time, and essentially what you do is you have to pay extra $75 or something, or $85, and they essentially input all your courses for you and make your life easier. Something I would definitely recommend so you save yourself time. And yeah, all these schools, they look at all the prerequisite, complete. So yeah, it's very good that you do this. You save yourself time, and if you do have an issue, or they input something wrong, then you email their customer support. I remember they did that once. They inputted my history class wrong. They said I did something else, I took a different class, and I had to email them to correct it, and they fixed it very promptly. So they were very, resilient on that. Transcript entry, review your transcripts. So yeah. Oh, and standardized test. So this is the part when you took the DAT, whichever version, the Canadian and the American. You add your test score, add standardized tests. You have to put your US DAT. When have you taken it? When do you plan to take it? In case you can apply before, in case you haven't taken it, and then you put your DENTPIN. And yeah. So that's academic history. That's very simple. Don't stress about this. Now, supporting information. So evaluation. Those are your letter of recs. I will do another video on that. So you need at least 4 letter of recs. And here they are. 4 individual evaluations. 1 is a committee letter, or up to 3 individuals. 1 committee letter that is collaborated by group or on behalf of institution or office. Now this is my science professor, my biochemistry professor, who I got a letter of rec from. This is from my anatomy professor, who I got a letter of rec from. This is my anthropology professor, who I got a letter of rec from. She is my major. I did anthropology as a major, so she's my letter of rec. And this is the dentist I shadowed and worked for. And generally, as you can see, the dates I asked very early, and they submitted early. So you can work on your application starting May, and then you can submit them as soon as June. So this is very vital. Yep. Sorry. Okay. Yes. Experiences. This is the part where you can make yourself really stand out. So these are all my experiences. These are all the things, and you put the ones that are very important, that you feel like is very necessary, that, as you can see, highlight, that best reflect the background or mean the most to you. And you can change any time, but so for me, it was at a research clinic I worked at. Another one was dental shadowing, obviously. Another one was when I was working with this non-profit organization. Another was another research thing I did. Another one was when I worked as a scribe / receptionist and medical assistant at a cancer clinic or oncologist clinic. The other one when I was a volunteer as a tooth peer mentor, youth outreach, and all these other ones. You can see I worked at multiple places. but you highlight the one that's most beneficial, and you put careers here that are like make you stand out either in terms of community or in terms of if it's related to healthcare. But I'm sure I've already talked about that in my video. Now achievements, this is good. This is another way to you brag about yourself. Dean's list, and then I said I said Dean's list, and I said I got every semester this scholarship. And then during COVID, the president of the school individually wrote all the students who got 4.0s that semester, like because that's the time a lot of students' GPA dropped when the pandemic hit. And he congratulated a few students who got 4.0, and that was me. So he wrote me one. This is a great award. If you want to show that, in case you got that. This is another scholarship. This is Dean list. Dean list. Licenses. I do not have any licenses, and this is my personal statement. So it has to be approximately less than 4,500 words or characters, etc. And please explain why you want to pursue a dental career. I have a video on personal statement. You can see it. And mine's 701 words, but you know what, let me see if I can make it bigger in case you want to read from here. Now move this, and yeah, and you can pause the video and read mine, and then you should have a general idea. Okay. That is supporting information. Now, program materials. This is to all the schools that you apply. And here's how you do it. You add program. Now, this is whatever school available program. View selected program. So you then search whatever school you want to add or apply for. So, for example, say I apply for Pennsylvania. Let's look it up. Or view selected programs, or find programs, or whichever. Essentially, yeah, see, look, as you can see, they're all no longer accepting programs because this is at the end of the cycle. Now it's about all schools are now they're all closed. But let's see, let's do LA or something. Shoot, California, Iowa. Okay, let's do this one. See, deadline. It was last year or something like that. Oh no, deadlines. Oh, so you can still apply. So yeah, that's the deadline, and you apply, and etc., 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 and there you go. You add this. Then once you add your program, you go to program materials, and this is the part when you start doing supplemental essays. Now, sometimes the supplemental information essays you will fill out within this platform, or some may not even request one at all, or sometimes they may send you an email, and from that email you click on that email, and then from their website you fill out the supplemental essays. So it could be a hassle or it could not be a hassle, but you have to be very careful. Another thing you have to be careful is when you're done everything and you submit your application, yeah, you pay, right? See, this is all the programs. You pay, and so I paid approximately like $3,000 because I applied to 24 schools. Once you pay, then there's something known as supplemental fee, and that's when you have to pay for individual schools for all that you applied. So for example, these are all schools I applied. So after I fill out, they would email me, and they said, okay, now you have to pay a supplemental fee to fill out their their secondary application. For that, each school is typically ranges from $85 to $150. So just to let you know, and so then that's approximately, just calculate $100 per extra school. So I applied to 24, so let's see. So that's approximately $2,400 more. So you're technically, if you apply to 24 schools like I did and cost you $3,000, like you're spending at least $5,000 or so, or $5,400 or something like that. So you make sure you want to have at least that much money if you want to apply as many schools I did. I applied to a lot of schools because it's better to be, safe than sorry. But generally students usually apply to 15 schools, but it's up to you. But let's look at this. So yes, there's this school and Arizona, then there's this. Here, oh, so see, here's the part. See this one? Prerequisites, and then you match to whatever courses you took that is equivalent to their prerequisites. Now this is, then they have their basic information, and then this is their supplemental Some schools are sometimes very nice and easy that they put their supplemental on this. You can fill it out, and then you don't have to deal with their what do you call it? You don't have to go through their website to do the supplemental. You can just do it on this AADSAS website. Makes your life easier. However, some schools then they make you fill it on their website. Then you have to create an ID account for their email, their website, and more hassle, more hoops you have to jump through. But this is just to give you an idea. So have you previously? I'm gonna just read you some of these. Have you previously applied? I never applied. It's my first applying. Have you taken any courses at college? This is mine. List your professional achievements. How do you describe it? This is the prerequisites. So that one's not too. That didn't have too many questions. I'm going to show you one school, the University of Washington. They asked a lot of questions, and then you'll have a general idea what it looks like. Yeah, here you go. See, all this. Now look, questions. Now I'm going to. These are their supplemental essays on this, in addition to the personal statement and everything. So I'm going to show this to you, and you can pause it and then read it and then see what I wrote. And this should give you an idea. If I can make this bigger. Here you go. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2. See? That's number 2. We pause. Number 3. Okay, pause and read. Number 4. Pause and read. Yep, 4 essays. So some schools are nice where it's just 4 essays. Some schools have a lot of essay. Are you interested in applying with the DS? Are you interested? This is how it goes. That's pretty much it. And then here, once you applied and then you wait, then you can check the status. So here's all the notification what it looks like. And the status is which schools accepted you, which schools rejected you. See, your transcripts arrived, your evaluation arrived. Your program, your standard test taken, accepted on that day. So, and then you can see which schools, etc., etc., which accepted, blah, blah, blah. See? Application denied, those schools that reject you, withdrew, interview offered, or offer declined, those schools you withdrew before action, like stuff like that. So I hope this gives you a general idea, and should definitely lessen your stress and hopefully make your life way easier.
So I hope my video was helpful and informational. And if you really, I hope that makes your, ease your anxiety and your stress, and hopes make the application system 4 easier for you. And so my next video I will do is, like which schools I got accepted to, which schools that rejected me. And then I'm also going to do another video on how to, on the process of getting your letter of recommendations from your professors. This should give you, this whole purpose should be a general guide on how to do that. So if you benefited from this video, if you enjoyed it, then please like, share, subscribe, and share it to people who you feel like would be beneficial, as this channel is meant to benefit all you guys. Alright, thank you guys, and thank you for tuning in.